I wrote this one when I was in prison. It's called Can't Run From Me. Impulse. The realistic words define the reason behind why I thought the best thing to do when I didn't know what to do was to run away. It took me quite some time to realize that it was impossible to run from the pain that lived within me. It started when I was young and scared because my grandma got angry and broke a cup in the sink, and all that my brain told me to think was to jump the fence in Grandma's backyard since it was trapping me in. And I ran, and then the tears set in, and then I ran out of breath and just kept walking toward my safe haven. At the time, that safe haven was my babysitter's house. She was a Mexican woman named Liz, and the closest thing to me since Mom was always working and her daughter was my best friend. Her name was Heaven. I don't understand why, even though I had targeted this behavioral issue during treatment for years after this, and came face to face with the fact that the situations and circumstances I was in at any moment could turn out either good or bad depending on the way I react. My favorite reaction was when I ran, from the good or the bad. It never seemed to matter, because no matter when or where I went, I couldn't put the pieces together correctly to reveal the meaning behind why I was never happy. Well, a special word from reality. I'll always be stuck with me. No matter how far I go, I know there is no running from my soul. And so, concrete became the path that my feet would follow, one foot in front of the other, head down and stained cheeks from another round of crying because I was once again alone in the world, with a house on my back and no looking back because there's no way I could go back to their judgments, their love, their expectations, their wanting to be gracious, their rejection, their religion. At the end, the only thing that I chased was the high that one day caught my attention and let me in on a little secret. I ain't gotta run no more. When I could just smoke some dope and let the ground pass beneath me as I floated above the world and let everything go. All my emotions out the window, and all that mattered was that I was okay with me because I found another way to run from sobriety without following my feet. You know, I sit in a prison cell today because of the way I chose to behave when it comes to rebelling against the word stay. But at the end of the day, I know that if I would not have acted on my impulsive thoughts, that I wouldn't have been able to be there to help my friends in need, who in turn helped me because they knew I was running from success, from happiness. But all things happen for a reason, and no, that's not me excusing my habitual leaving, but shows me that I have had a change of heart in knowing that God uses me in a unique way, and He started by turning my journey into ways to teach me how to stop running, but to walk in His way, and everything will be okay. So I stopped blaming my mistakes for erasing all my willpower to want to live a life full of grace, and started to embrace the mistakes I would make as destiny, because now I can see something in me that I look forward to learning more about, and that's the grace that's ever more growing in my soul that makes me feel like gold. And now I sit back and reminisce on all those days and nights I spent running for no reason but to use up energy, because it is quite impossible to run from me.